Brodes Media.
50 for the big man after he says we are winning this series, after he says we should be up 2-0, after he says this is our series. This man returns from home, pops 4 threes in the third quarter, hits 5 total. This man was on a mission. Sometimes the defender was right in his grill, but it was nothing but a beautiful back pedal and a goose just chilling as he drains a 3. This man was insane. Out of this fucking world. From straight away, nothing but net. From the wing, nothing but net. And there's actually, believe it or not, there's Knicks fans complaining about the refs. You wouldn't survive as a human being if you're gonna bitch about that game and not even process what the hell happened at the end of game 2. Like, there's no way in this fucking world there's actually New York Knicks fans that think they have a case to talk about anything with the Zebras after what they put us through in game 2. I mean, you got to be sick in the head. I mean, you got to be dumb as rocks if you think you get any sort of free pass on anything related to the refs tonight. And they did make one brutal mistake, okay? The biggest of them all is, personally, I thought Joel Embiid should have got a flagrant 2, because when he was on the ground and he took a shot at the legs, that's horrible. That's terrible. If that happened to any Sixer, no matter who the opponent was, and the Sixer was the one with the ball in his hands underneath the basket, and someone takes a shot below the knees there, I would have been fuming. So, yeah, I mean, that's the biggest of them all, which is a pretty damn big one, considering Embiid dropped 50. But unfortunately, we only get a 2-minute report. We don't get a 48-minute report. We're going to break down the whole thing. I would have called it flagrant 2. I thought that was dirty as hell. But for Embiid to rebound from that, because he lost his cool early on. He was frustrated within the first 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes of the game. And as it started to progress there, he was all over the map. And I don't know, and I don't recall a time where Embiid on the fly, after he already somewhat checked out, was able to recover mid-game and then have that level of third quarter. He was unbelievable in this game, and they responded. I mean, they made this thing a series. We did get to the point where it was a must-win game. Sometimes we throw that around a little too loosely in a playoff series, but going down 3-0 would have been a nail in the coffin. But you still have life. You still have an opportunity to win at home on Sunday afternoon to bring this thing back to New York tied 2-2. And that's what I was trying to tell everybody before, that you really can't even overreact when you're down 0-2 with 2 home games still to go, because there is just too much time. I've watched too much basketball, and the Sixers are the better team. They are the better team. It's not as if you're down 0-2, but you know the opponent is by far better than you. It's not the case. The Sixers should be up 2-1 right now. If it wasn't, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm sorry. I don't want to relive it. We're past it now. We did get past it. You had help this time. Kelly Oubre, thank you. But my guy campaigned. It's like Nick Nurse was living in my head, because I texted my buddy after Buddy Hield sucked again. I hit up my buddy like, yo, Nick's got to do something different. I don't give a damn who. I don't care if it's DeAnthony Melton, who's barely been available for you all year. I don't care if it's Cam Payne. I don't care if you switch things up and throw KJ Martin in there. I don't care if you get creative and try to find life for Ricky Council. Anybody but Buddy Hield. Yes, in theory, he gives you spacing and stretches the floor. Here's the problem. I don't give a damn damn about in theory when the dude was sucking the life out of your team. Campaign came in and started cooking. All right, the guy was smoking hot and stayed smoking hot. You just needed something. Maxey and Joel Embiid have been doing everything to give the squad life and a chance and an opportunity, but they did not falter. Even when the Knicks sent some pressure, the ball was right over half court. Kyle Lowry making passes across the court to a Batum. And you kill some time off the clock. You survive. You get fouled. I already saw a clip of Tom Thibodeau working the refs post-game, and he's all about the how many free throws do they have? Yeah, well, you don't have Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid puts people in foul trouble. Joel Embiid is the best player skill level-wise on earth, and if you think it's someone else, well, maybe you could have that argument, that yoke, whatever. Joel Embiid's in that category! So when he's in that category, Hartenstein can't stop him! Nobody can stop him! And the injury to Robinson, I think, could potentially change this series because he brought an element that they are now missing. I have no idea what the update was post-game. All I know is in-game, he had to leave and will not return. That is a crucial blow for them. You will send Joel Embiid to the line because Joel Embiid is making you foul him because he's great. That's how this works, especially in an era that isn't accustomed to having a big man with this type of skill set. There's two dudes. It's not a perimeter player. You can't relate it the same way. When you're dominant at this position, it's funny because a lot of fans who hate the traditional setup of a center these days says that Joel Embiid doesn't ever work low from the basket and close to the basket. No, he does. He does it all. That's why it's incredible. He hits 5 threes, too. That straightaway three has become money. And you know what he can do from the wing, too. He was feeling it, man, feeling it. Didn't matter if a defender had his hot-ass breath right in his face. Don't worry about it. And he's even talking that talk to Brunson. I love it. I love the fact that he handled adversity because he was in his own head in the early frame, recovered for 50 after making comments. And also, a lot of people were barking because, and Woj just actually confirmed it, there is a face injury now. Part of his face, his mouth and all is hanging, it's drooping, his eyes are going a certain way. So now he's dealing with that too. It's ridiculous how much he battles through. Every single postseason, the dude gets hit in the face. Maybe he's closer to the basket than people are giving him credit for. I'm just saying, what type of man gets hit in the face as much as he does, but he's never around the basket, apparently. I mean, jeez. And I don't expect Joel Embiid to shoot from behind the arc with that level of consistency. I don't think they're going to have that many, but we don't need to do this, right? We don't need to do this. Because it never plays out the same way. So I don't want to hear it. My mentions were blown up after the game was over by those stupid Knicks fans. And the amount of people say, well, you have to get 50 from Embiid to it. No, you don't. No. It's not true. We just happen to have that happen tonight. And the fact that you have someone who's capable of giving you a 50 when saying to the world, we are winning this series. I just want to make sure that that is on the record and understood. Joel Embiid goes, we are doing this, all right? This is our series. We should be up. We are taking this series. We're going home, and we're going to take care of business. And not only did they win, but they win with him having an iconic moment. Arguably the biggest moment of Joel Embiid in the playoffs. This is no James Harden duo anymore. This is him. Maxey's a nice piece. It's him now.